All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use your Pro Gen 3 Doppler and cuff system in order to inflate the cuffs in the upper extremity. So I am going to get my cuffs ready, and I'm going to put the cuffs on. Of course, you're probably going to put these on your client or your patient, so it's a little bit easier. I'm going to get it up as high up on the arm as I can, and then I'm going to tighten it as much as I can. And then I'm just going to rotate it so the valve is on the outside. I'm going to put both on. Most of the time, I am going to exercise with these both on at the same time and not do it unilateral. Again, try to get those as tight as you can. Okay, I'm going to pretend like I only have one pump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect. I am then going to turn on. It's going to say start exercise. I'm going to say arm. I have three choices: manual pressure, personal pressure, or ischemic preconditioning. Ischemic preconditioning is something we do without exercise. It's at very high pressures, so with no activity. Personal pressure is going to test and see what my personal limb occlusion pressure is. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to select personal pressure. I'm going to relax the arm, and I'm going to choose the limb occlusion pressure that I want to use. In the upper extremity, we typically use somewhere between 40 and 50% limb occlusion pressure. So I'm going to start at 40%. I'm going to increase to 41% or 40%. And then you're going to want to just stay still. Now, if you're doing this on your client, I would do this on one side, and if you had the elite version, then I would do it on the other side at the same time. And then that way it would just speed up the process. You're going to want to do this on every limb for your client so you know what pressures are for each limb, and then you can write those down, and then you'll have that in your chart notes in order to apply that the next time. So this takes just a minute or so to calculate your limb occlusion pressure. Once it has the pressure, then the pressures will drop all the way down. It's really important to stay still as well. So it's calculating. Now it's going to deflate fully, and then it's going to reinflate. Now that's the pressure that I'm going to use in my right arm in a standing position. It calculated my limb occlusion pressure as 184 millimeters of mercury, and that's what you would write down as far as LOP, right limb, standing. If you're going to do exercises in lying, I would do this also in lying, and then if you were doing it in sitting, I would also do it in sitting. And you would do that for all four limbs. So now I would disconnect and then plug it into the other side. And I'm going to start new session, start exercise, arm. I'm going to do personal pressure to find the LOP. I'm going to increase in order to find my 40% LOP. I'm going to relax my arm, and I'm going to let it calculate it just like I did with my right side. Now when you're doing this on a client, of course, if you have both pumps, it'll be faster. You'll do it on both sides at the same time. Okay, it's going to go all the way back down, and then it's going to reinflate to that 40% LOP. And then my LOP on my left side is 190. I would record LOP on my left side standing is 90. Again, is 190. Nope, sorry. Yep, 190. I would do this in all 4 positions. And then if I want to deflate, I can either start a new session, and that will release all the pressure, or I can just press this valve, and that will release air. And I'll put a little pressure on, and that gets rid of all the air. And then I can disconnect, and now I'm ready to start my exercise routine.